Lakini Feroz hakutembea peke yake. Correct. Sindio? Feroz hakutembea peke yake. Kuna sister pale nyuma, kuna mwingine na mwingine na mwingine, na tungependa pia kusikia harufu ya mdomo yao kidogo. Ama mtaki? So Sister Hakima, tuna hivi, tuna Sister there. Sister Hakima. Mapambano bado. Mapambano ya nini? Ya haki zetu, si ndio? Na pia tutaimba wimbo wa taifa tukimalizia. Wimbo wa mapambano. So sijui kama mitambo atafika huku. So tutapatia na program kwa Feroz. Unfortunately, kwa kongamano hatunaga high table. Si ndio? Umekuja umekama umekalia bench, kumaanisha sisi philosophy yetu ya hapa ni simplicity is clarity, si ndio? So Feroz, karibu.
Asante. Do you mind if I speak in English?
Yes.
Okay. It's I'm really honored to be here. I don't know if you realize that you are making history at this moment. Okay? 60 years ago, not very far from here, in places which looked very similar to this, people like you met to say, we want to end the colonial rule here. Your parents, your grandparents, they met to say, we no longer have confidence in the rulers who rule. We want another world. That's what they said. And they organized around the city, they organized in the villages, they organized everywhere. Unfortunately, our history is... No, I'm going to stand here with the people here. Okay. They organized, but unfortunately our history was a sad one. Because in the 1950s we were crushed. They sent in planes, they sent in firepower, and they killed people, they locked people up in villages. That's what happened to us. And then they found those people who were the Taitai, who were willing to collaborate. And they set up the new governments. And unfortunately, they took control of the old colonial state. And that's where we are today. Now, 2 years ago, do you remember? 2 years ago, there was a level of excitement here about the elections, that we could actually elect people who were answerable to us. What happened? They were stolen. The elections were stolen. We don't know who won the elections, and certainly not presidential elections. And so what did they do? They got these people who stole the election to sit with the opposition party to make a government. Do you have faith in that government? No. Okay. But let me tell you why I'm so proud of you, why you are making history. It's really important. We are living in a situation where the wealth of this country is exported out of here. Okay? Somebody talked about poverty. There's no such thing as poverty. Let me explain. There are people who are made poor. People don't live poor. It's not a choice we make. How many of you chose to live in poverty? Well, okay. So it's not a choice. But we are in a situation where I think many people no longer have any faith in those who are either elected or control the state. Am I right?
You're right.
But what you're creating here is really important. It's what's called dual power. You're saying that's their parliament, this is ours. But if you're brave enough to say, BUNGE LA MWANANCHI, this is ours, then you have to take it one step further. You have to be serious about this game. You have to say, okay, we are going to control those areas where we have influence. We don't want their police there, we want ours. We don't want their rules, we want ours. But the real problem I think we see is it's one thing to organize in Nairobi, but that's not where the vast majority of Wananchi live. And I think we need to look at what alliances we make with farmers and others across the country to build that real Bongo. Because I think you are making history, you're creating a new world. And I think that's a major, major task. So the meeting at Kasarani on Thursday and Friday should be seen at the beginning of a history, the beginning of a new history that people will look back to, our children will look back to, and say, this is what we created. Yes? And now we face another challenge because we can't just leave them to rule. We have to challenge them. Currently there is a constitution, a draft constitution being circulated. We have no choice but to respond to them. I think that's an obligation all of us have. But at the same time as responding to their constitution, the challenge I put to you is you have to create your own constitution. And a constitution is not a technical document. It's not something that lawyers write. They might correct later on. But now, for us, if we want to create our own constitution, we have to say, let's build it on our